Today we're going to make some grape jelly, and I wanted to start off with showing you some strawberry jelly that we've already put up this year and grape jelly from last year. But we've already weighed out 5 pounds of grapes that we got from my son's grapevines, and you would put in your 5 pounds of grapes and try not to spill them everywhere. You got your 5 pounds of grapes, and you go ahead and you get them started and let them start reducing down, cooking down. And while this is cooking down, you're going to want to take your jars, even if they are brand new, and you're going to put your jars in a hot water bath. And this is just to sterilize them. And you're going to put your lids in a smaller one separately. And just make sure you get all your jars in there and you can raise them up. And a few canning things that you'll need. This will just pick the jars up out of the hot water bath. And this is magnetic, so it's going to pick the stuff out of the hot water for you. And this will go in on top of the jars for you to put your jelly in it. And we're going to let these start cooking down. You can hear them cooking. And they're going to cook down for probably 5 minutes. And then they'll start getting juicy, and then we will take a tomato masher to them. That's it. Okay, I just wanted to show you real quick what it's going to look like. Once it starts cooking down, you want to take your potato masher to it and just mash it up a little bit, and you see the natural juices is coming out of this. Sometimes they tell you to add some water into this to help the process, but I don't do that because the grapes are sweet enough and they'll be juicy enough on their own. So you're just going to mash them a little bit and let them continue to cook down for a little while, and they'll eventually come completely out of the husk that's on there. And you continue to let your lids and stuff cook down, boil. This is just sterilizing. This is our jars, and we're just sterilizing those. So I usually just let them sit there and hang out for a while, and you just let this continue cooking down for probably another 5 minutes. Okay, now if you look at it now, you can tell that it has reduced down even more. And you just continue pressing it with your potato masher. And it smells delicious. Alright, so next what you would do from here is you would take your food meal. And anybody that don't know what a food meal is, this simply just strains everything out and keeps your hulls, your seeds, pulp, anything stays on the top, and your juice comes out the bottom. I always try to remember myself. I've come up with my own little way of thinking, and that is for, I call it 5, 6, and 7. So 5 pounds of grapes should get you 6 cups of juice, and the 6 cups of juice you add 7 cups of sugar. So it's 5, 6, and 7. And you would take this and get your ladle, and you're just going to pour it in here. And try not to get your juice everywhere, because this will stain whatever it touches. So I'm sure back in the old days that's why they used it as dye. And so you just do this, and you see all your juice that's coming out the bottom. And everything else that you don't want in your jelly is staying in here. And we can back it up and go the other direction for a little while. Alright. So we'll let that sit for just a second. And then we'll dump this out and we'll do it again. And always use this. Put this in your compost bin. Okay, I wanted to show you what it looks like once you've made your juice and you've put it all through the food mill. This is your juice, and you'll see how much of the peelings and the seeds and everything. But don't throw this away because this is good. You can put this in your compost and you can throw it in your garden next year, along with your eggshells, your banana peelings, your potato peelings. They'll make the prettiest flowers. So don't throw this away. So what we're going to do now is this is our grape juice. So we're going to pour it in here. I know this probably gets boring listening to this, but it's a good process. It's something that Southern women like to do, and I think it can be a good hobby, fun hobby for people, because everybody likes to see pretty jellies when it's made. So from this point here, you're just going to stir this a little bit. And let's turn it up. Just keep stirring this. And I know probably everybody has seen Sure-Gel before. I use this. You can use the no sugar or low sugar. And you can make jelly even without Sure-Gel. You can just make it with more sugar. I like using Sure-Gel. Now you're going to open your Sure-Gel. We're going to pour it in. From this point. And stir it as you're pouring it in. From here, once it gets stirred in good, we're going to add our sugar to it. And the finished product is so pretty, and you can give them to your friends, your family, your preacher. It's always fun to give a jar of jelly for Christmas to someone. And then now that this is stirred in, I know a lot of people's probably wondering what the butter is doing sitting here. The butter is going to cause it from forming a film on top, and the film is not what you want in your jelly. So when it starts a boiling point, that is when you want to skim all that off, because that is not pretty in your jelly, and it'll rise to the top of your jelly and it don't look pretty in the jar. So now that all this is stirred in, what we should do next is go ahead and add our sugar, and have pre-measured 7 cups of sugar. I know that sounds a lot, but it's what it takes. And you can do the low sugar or no sugar version. Just depends on what you prefer. Just keep stirring until all your sugar is mixed in good. You don't want no clumps left in there. Okay, that's all of our sugar. So I'm just going to stir this until it's dissolved completely, and then we'll come back.